Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to show you something I got recently that I have added to my everyday carry, and I wouldn't say added, I guess I'd say switched out. Everybody knows that I've carried either a Surefire LX2 LumaMax or the Surefire E1B or EB1 backup for a long time. And they're great lights, nothing wrong with them. But there has recently been a much improved version that has come out that caught my eye as soon as I heard about it. And I wanted to get one and try it. And I've had it for about a month. I wanted to carry it for a while and actually use it before I could give you my actual opinion on it. I had no doubt it was going to be a great light, but I didn't want to be disingenuous and tell you it was a great light if I hadn't personally used it. So that new model is the Surefire Tactician. That is, let's see if you can see it right there. The Surefire Tactician. And it's the E2T-MV Tactician for those of you that matters to. Anyway, this is a light designed in conjunction with James Yeager. He gave his specifications of what he wanted in a light, and it turned out very nice. It's an 800 lumen, and it's got the max vision beam. So the older Surefires, you know, it would throw a real far, hot center beam, and then you had a little bit of spill. Well, this one doesn't throw quite as far, but the spill is huge. It's a great big like floodlight, and it is super bright. You're not going to shine it and shoot your pistol at 100, 150 yards, which who's going to be shooting their pistol at night at 150 yards at an actual threat anyway. But what this does do very well is it lights up your entire field of view anywhere within your pistol range and beyond. To give you a little bit of an idea, I took my kids up to the gym at the school the other day, or rather the other night, to play. And as we were getting ready to leave, we shut off all the lights. And just for a comparison, I took my old Surefire, which I was still carrying. I took it out and shined it, and it threw a long hot beam onto the far wall, and it lit up a little bit, but you definitely had to look around to look at different parts of the gym. You had to move that light around. Then I pulled out the Tactician and fired it up, and it literally lit the entire gym up. And it wasn't like stupid bright like it was like daytime in there or anything, but you could absolutely make out and see everything in that gym. And the gym, it's big. It's a high school gymnasium. So pulled the Tactician out, lit it up, and the entire room was well within view. So a lot of people know also I carry a light on my pistol. I carry the Surefire XC1B, XC1 Bravo. So the way I feel about it is that still doesn't excuse me from carrying a handheld light. What's the reason for that? Well, if I'm looking for something, I'm not going to pull out my pistola and start pointing it at everything I'm trying to see if I'm looking for my keys or whatever. So the reason for the handheld light is maybe looking for your keys or whatever, although I carry a separate little light for that so I don't wear the battery down on this. What this is for is looking for a possible threat. Now, that doesn't mean I'm just going to pull out my flashlight and walk around with my other hand empty. I will pull my pistol out as well, but in order to keep from pointing my pistol at shit that I don't want to point it at, I will keep my pistol pointed down. This is kind of to exaggerate so you can see, either down or up while I'm searching. Now, if I do see a threat, when I shine the threat, if I can verify that it's an actual deadly threat, I'll cut that light off, I'll move, I'll hit that light again, shoot, shut the light off and move again. So there's a reason to have two lights. You can't get away with just having a light on your gun. You can get away with just having a handheld light. There are a lot of different handheld light, techniques or whatever. I mean, they got this fucking weird thing right up here, but the two I use would be the Harry's or the neck index. Some people will do it up here. I just find it's easier to do right here. Less muscle fatigue and stuff if you just keep it right here against your jaw. So what's the reason for this light? Well, redundancy for one. You know, 1 is none, 2 is 1, that kind of thing. And also, if something happens to this light, or if I have for some reason, a super far shot or something, I can ditch this light, go with my two-handed grip, work that light while I'm shooting. So to me, it makes more sense to have 2 lights because, for one, if your main light craps out on you, you still need to be able to see before you can shoot anything. You cannot shoot at noises or shadows. Law-abiding citizens don't have that luxury. Shitheads don't have to worry about what they're shooting at because they're shitheads anyway. So anyway, that is my Surefire Tactician. And to be honest, oh, this is a big deal. Let me see if I can grab this other light here. Hang on. The old Surefires had that clip on them right there, and this thing is actually pretty flimsy, and anybody who's carried Surefires for any amount of time can tell you those always wind up breaking. At some point you will break one, you'll have to get it replaced. Now Surefire's always been pretty good about sending you one if you email them and tell them it's broken and replace it, but there was a couple times that I snapped this thing and my light wound up falling out of my pocket. So this actually has an upgraded clip. Now it does set bezel up, and that's taking me some getting used to because I'm used to carrying bezel down. So the way I grab my light is I'm having to adapt to that. However, that thing is much, much, much more robust. You're most likely not going to snap that. Now, like I said, this thing is 800 lumens, so if you can see, that is super bright. Now, if you twist the head assembly like a quarter of a turn, now it goes to this real low lumen mode, and I think it's like 5 lumens maybe. It is a momentary only on-off, so that means push the button, light goes on, let go of the button, light goes off. It's not a clicky style. You can, however, twist the tail cap for a constant on. However, that's not how I work my main tactical light. I like it to come on when I press it, and I like it to go off when I let it go. So anyway, the max vision beam is outstanding. Like I said the other night in the gym, just the way it lit everything up, messing around with it a little bit outside, the field of view with this light is amazing, and I think that is very important in a situation where you may have to let your life depend on a little tiny light. Torch, they call it in England. I think they call them torches. Anyway, so that's it, guys. That is the Surefire Tactician. You are sure to see this in my pocket from here on out. Now, what I'm going to do with these other lights, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or get rid of them. I haven't made up my mind yet, but this will be in my pocket from here on out. That is how much I like this light. That's how much I believe in this light. So anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Find me on Facebook at DocBen556. And remember, violence isn't always the answer, but sometimes it's the only answer.